Hello, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever the hell you are in the world, and welcome to Sidetrack, your sci-fi TV and movie channel, with these two idiots over here. Aaron, one American, Harris, another bloody American. I don't know why I do this to myself. Aaron's is frozen.
That's the perfect frozen spot, too. That
was glorious. I love it when that happens.
All right, there we go.
Guys, say hello, and then I'll run the credits.
Howdy, howdy, howdy.
Hello.
That'll do. So we have a couple of things we're going to be discussing today. So I've got a little bit of a game. We're going to be playing a bit of fantasy streaming service CEO a little later, where we're going to pick our shows from our own streaming services that we now own. Apparently, I now own Amazon Prime, by the way. Thank you. And we have some Stargate news for you, which I'm going to drop on you in a little minute or two. But first of all three of us, for once, have actually watched a movie, which has never happened. Normally, we have to explain this to a certain somebody who will just say, "Shut up, Matt." That we have to explain it to him what this movie was about. But this time, we've actually, all three of us have seen it. And guys, before I get into it, is it fair to say that Marvel have actually made a good movie? And that we were all shocked?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Minorly shocked, but also grateful.
Grateful is a good word. I like that.
What were you saying yesterday, Aaron? A bunch. You said it was like you just felt relief, right?
Yeah. That's fair.
Yeah, it was walking in there and I was like, not.
Boo.
I don't speak
He's doing an
R2D2.
R2D2 impression. I was a Star Wars fan, for fuck's sake. I'm sure your wife will come back soon. So, yeah, we are talking about Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, obviously. Before we talk about how much we love this, was there anything in it you weren't massively excited about let's get the negative out of the way before we talk about the positives? Anything? Harris.
Well, I was kind of waiting on Aaron because we did kind of talk about this a little yesterday where I don't really have that. I didn't really find too many faults with the movie, but if I had to, which they can explain it away for this one, Adam Warlock just being that dumbed down was a little much sometimes. But that was like literally it, and it really wasn't all that much because, you know, he is a baby out of the cocoon. They say, okay, we take him out of the cocoon early. We should have let him gestate longer. But it still would have been cool to have him actually, you know, be a fully realized being and do some cool things with that. Even though he did some really cool things without being a fully realized being.
Yeah, he was a bit of a dumbass. I was hoping he would be, because obviously that actor's, I don't know his name off the top of my head, but he's played. Oh, there you go. He really bulked up for that, and he really filled the part. But he still kind of played the character he normally plays.
Yeah,
and I was a little bit disappointed by that. I thought they were actually going to make him a fully rounded, proper new superhero, and they've kind of made him an idiot. But
I think he's got potential. I do like the actor, but he did kind of get relegated to the same role that he typically plays instead of turning into like that fully realized superhero or on the verge of becoming one.
Yeah, but he's still a baby. How about you, Aaron? Anything that sort of made you go, or was it all good?
For the most part, it was good. Adam Derplock was a little annoying. Some of the scenery was a little like that whole base being logically based in their security team's big old poofy fleshy suits was a little, but for the most part, it was actually, for a gun movie, it was like super heavy, like emotionally impactful and heavy. And that's I think what I got most. Actually, that's the biggest thing both my wife and I got out of that he was in your face with the intensity in this one, which considering his last couple movies was frankly shocking.
Yeah.
Did because I know you and your wife weren't big fans on like animal animal cruelty even like being depicted or yada yada, did that sway your likingness of the film at all, or was it did it increase like, okay, now I feel for these characters more, or was it like, all right, that's enough, like you can shoot the other direction, you know?
Kind of a little bit of the last two. I mean, I know it was necessary to the story because of the High Evolutionary's character just being the way he is. And it was really cool to get Rocket's backstory, I thought, since he, obviously he's been unwilling to talk about it himself to this point. So, but yeah, it wasn't off-putting. It was just very, I mean, I was glad they cut away before it got really, really, really intense, where they showed that he was probably going to be going with it. So, like, he literally cut those scenes right at the line where he needed to. Like, he took it right to that point and then was like, all right, we're good. So,
yeah.
Hi, Carrie. But, yeah, I was actually fairly impressed. Like I said, I give that movie a solid 8.
Yeah. Over here in the UK, the only thing I had a little bit of an issue with was they're really pushing the boundaries of what a 12A is. I mean, they're really pushing the boundaries. There was a lot of swearing in this film. For a kid, I mean, I take my 14-year-old kids, no bother, watch this film, no bother at all. I took them last year, no bother. But legally, I could take my 7 or 8-year-old daughter to watch it. And I would be on there going, hey, this is a bit much. You know what I mean? It's like, I do think they're really pushing what a 12A is. And I think they're going too far. Some of the swearing was a bit much, but some of the violence. This film, I think they could have gone just a little bit further and just made it a 15. It would have been a much better film.
So you're throwing me off with all these different UK ratings of things. All I know is TV 14 or R.
I will tell you. Here in the colonies, you can even under what we call PG-13, which I assume is whatever you said, your 12.
We have 12A.
Okay, so our PG-13 is your 12. I assume, and here you're allowed one F-bomb, and it can still be PG-13.
Yeah, but it's kind of similar over here, but
R or A for you.
Was one, wasn't it? So we have Universal, so anybody can watch it, anything. Parental guidance. So again, you can take a kid, but it's parental guidance. So you should be warned. There might be some rudeness. 12A, which is, I think, like you said, your PG-13, which is 12-year-olds but under 12s are allowed to watch it with a parent. And then we've got 15 and 18. And 18 is, I imagine, your R. Is it R-rated or something?
Yeah,
it
probably, because we go right from 13 to R, and then that's R as you need to be accompanied by a parent or guardian.
Well, yeah, we got TV 14 for TV, I guess, technically. If we put it all together, it'd be like TVY, TVY7, G, PG, PG-13, TV 14, R, and then NC-17 if you're going that far.
Yeah.
TVMA is basically like movie R, because a lot of those.
Usually I would say that, but it's R. It's the same shit.
We don't really have a TV version. We basically have a watershed where we can put anything on before the watershed. After 9 o'clock, you're allowed a bit more, but then you're only allowed certain things after 11 p.m. So the really bad stuff, but it's normally that's relegated to like pornography. Stuff that's getting into the more sexualized content is not allowed till after 11. Unless it's a locked channel. So like we've got like 24-hour streaming porn basically, and the movie channel. Anything you have to put a pin in, you can watch anytime. So, what were the bits and what did you think was really powerful? Because I mean, obviously we've said this is probably the best Marvel movie since Endgame. Is that fair?
I think so. I think it's the best since Infinity War. I like it more than Endgame.
Yeah. Okay. I'd give you that.
I would say it's since Multiverse. I would still put Multiverse up there with easily, but it's definitely the best since Multiverse for me.
Yeah, I hated Multiverse of Madness.
I love it, but I love seeing.
Oh, you did? I forgot about that.
Yep, it's were awful. The storyline wandered. Do you know the best thing I like about Guardians of the Galaxy is this whole thing with Rocket, and they made him like he's the genius, and the bad guy really, really wants Rocket. We see that sometimes in the third parts of movies, and you sort of got to wonder because whoa, that character's a genius. Or since when did that character been this important? But then in this, You go, oh, all the way through. You're like, yeah, 100%. It's like, makes sense. I just, sorry, Mark. You have 24-hour stream porn.
That cracked me up.
Not personally, but probably. I don't. To be honest, I said that, but now I'm thinking about it. I don't really know. Like, I've got the internet. Who would need it? But anyway. But God love him. And then
That's
yeah,
right.
Kerry.
I will guide him.
Yeah, you've IM'd him. Yeah, it's called YouPorn. There you go. I don't know that one. See, I'm an old man. I don't. Okay.
Internet.
But now I thought it was great. Do you know the nice thing about this
Incognito
film as well? Yeah. So the nice thing about the Guardians of the Galaxy 3, before we move on to the Stargate news, the special effects were good.
They were great.
Nothing in it was bad.
Yes.
Yeah. They really seem to have figured out the problems. I'm hoping they're going to slow down a little bit, but yeah. Oh, Seppi just said the guy playing the main villain. Oh, what an actor!
Chikwudi Awuji or some shit like that. He killed it.
Yeah. Oh man.
Chuck Woody something. I can never say the last name.
Yeah, he was incredible.
Shit like that.
Yeah, absolutely incredible actor. I'm absolutely amazed. Absolutely smashed it. So we're getting a few people and things going saying, Stargate news. God, he's so demanding, but we're here. So I'm going to run the Stargate video. It's 3 minutes. Okay. It's frozen.
It freezes on the best frames, though.
It does. I don't know if Aaron wants to have a look.
Let me take myself out
Wi-Fi while we're gone.
I'll be back.
3 minutes this video is, and this is going to be a news. Then we'll discuss it when we come back. Here we go. Welcome to Stargate News and Rumours, your weekly look at everything Stargate as we look forward to the new series and movie getting announced. So, what is news this week? Well, obviously, the writers' strike happened. The writers have put down their pens. No new scripts will be produced until they can resolve this situation. So, does that mean Stargate is on pause with so many other projects? Well, I'm told no. I'm told that actually this was always part of the plan and why they were waiting until mid-June to even announce that they were doing anything. That Penguin and Parker has always planned to do the Stargate franchise once they were complete with the God of War series for Amazon, that they needed to get those scripts done and agreed so filming could start on that. And while they were busy, they couldn't start Stargate. Now, that idea was always to have those scripts for the God of War series done by now, so that the potential strike would not affect the filming schedule. They then could finish negotiations and conversations with Amazon about Stargate and announce it in mid-June. I'm being told by my sources in around Amazon and MGM that those plans are still very much a go, and that actually the writer's strike will not make any difference at all to their plans for the Stargate franchise. The idea will be still for a movie to begin filming by the end of this year, and potentially to be in our cinemas by the end of 2024 or early 2025. There has been, however, some rumours about the search for a new director. Now, one of the people I speak to actually works at rather a large Hollywood talent agency. They said that one of the clients of that agency, a director, I can't say who, but trust me, you would know the name, was approached and was asked that if he would be interested in having a conversation about this potential Stargate movie. Now, this director said that due to scheduling, he couldn't say yes or no straight away, but that they were interested. While they were looking at their schedule to see whether it was a possibility, the offer of a discussion was withdrawn. The most likely reason for this withdrawal was that they made the same offer to 2 or 3 directors. One of them said yes, and that they began negotiating in good faith with that person. Now, we don't know who that is just yet, but it's further evidence that they are, in fact, looking for a director, and just maybe they found them. So this could be one more big step towards the Stargate franchise. Now, let's go over to the studio and let's have a chat about what we think all of this means. I'm sorry, but saying going back to the studio just abuses me. It tickled me.
You said that, and I was like, I'm just gonna stare into the camera with like my mug for a minute.
And Aaron's back.
But I've taken over the middle.
That's our.
Damn.
That's where the,
That's how I get to play. I don't go.
I was about to say you're in the middle of an old man sandwich.
Ooh. Ooh.
Hey, I'm not old. I'm middle-aged.
Oh yeah, I go there. You're lucky. You guys are lucky. This is a monetized channel, or I'd say all so much more stuff.
Oh yes, thank you. Yes, we don't. We have Stormy for that.
Yeah. See you next Tuesday, you know?
To try and destroy the channel every chance he gets. I'm hoping Stormy comes back soon. I loved having him on. I had a midweek channel last week. It was brilliant. We'll start doing some midweek lives, so we can get Stormy back.
He's fun to watch too. I always enjoyed watching him when I was just watching this. So
yeah, he's a clever guy as well. The stuff
And nobody do it like Danny Gandalf does it.
No.
This is the truth.
Just in the comments, you mentioned there, Harris, that about going to San Diego Comic-Con. We over here at SciTrek might have a beginnings, an early set of a plan to actually wander over to America next year and go to San Diego Comic-Con and meet young Harris, meet young Stormy, meet young Aaron, maybe, and do some videos. And guys, if we get to do that, it'll be because of the amazing subscribers that come week after week to watch our stupid ranting videos, because we wouldn't be able to do it else. And now all I have to do, and Matt has to do, is get the wives to agree. But if we
Or
can,
bring them with. Tell them they're coming to America for a week. They're not going to the parts they want to. Tell them to go have a girls' like weekend while you're actually doing all the nerdy stuff at Comic-Con.
Yeah, but my own plan is I've got a whole week of nerdy stuff planned. I want to go to like the rocks in the Star Trek rocks, and I want to go to all these other places. So yeah, I got a week of. She's going to be like, "Oh, can we go shopping?" And I'm like, "I'm going to go over there where they filmed that episode of Star Trek Next Generation once."
The Japanese garden is 3 minutes behind my house in the park behind us. It's the place where they film. It's where the Starfleet Academy is. It's like the whole building and all that.
I want to go there.
Come on.
That's on my list. I know where you live.
It's great.
I know everyone else does as well. But anyway.
LA's a big place.
That's so cool.
So,
it's great.
My problem
They're
would be
barely
convincing
open.
the wife
They
to go.
are.
My problem would be convincing my bank account to go.
Yeah. I'd say, no, I don't want the wife to go. I'm not asking her.
My wife would be down. She would totally be down for that trip. It'd just be a question of, how the hell are we going to pay for stuff when we are there?
Yeah, no, I'm just gonna like fish from the Pacific Ocean and stuff to pay for it.
I was about to say, California likes to beg that question every day. I ask myself that.
And Texan barbecue, baby.
Damn right. And yeah, y'all are gonna come out here and I'm gonna feed y'all. We're gonna teach you what a real barbecue is. Don't worry.
So anyway, as Mike says, back to the studio. Stargate news, very, very briefly. A director been approached? Possibly. We don't know that for certain, but a director was approached that I do know about. After the video ends, I'll tell you who it was. You'll love it. And then, obviously, while they were having a chat about, basically, the idea was that this director was very interested, but they've said it's like scheduling. I've got stuff on the go already. So how could we work this? And while they were trying to figure out sort of the calendar, MGM withdrew the offer. And the offer wasn't too direct. It wasn't a, here's a job offer. It was a, would you like to have a conversation about maybe doing this offer? And at some point that then got withdrawn. So it looks like they may be talking to somebody else. First of all, I know that's vague at best, but what do you think about that for Nissan? Because for me, I think that's a positive step in the right direction. I wish the name, that's all.
If the writer strike's happening right now and there's no furtherment from that standpoint, it would be nice to get someone in there as a director and really focus on another pivotal aspect of the film, the show running of the series, whatever it may be, and really get your puzzle pieces together while we're waiting for the writing to continue.
Yeah.
Well, not to mention the Directors Guild is up next. So
yeah, get
if
it
you
in
could-
quick, you know.
if you need to lock down a director, you got about a month or
Yeah.
2. I can't remember when the DGA's negotiations, or I can't remember what their cutoff date. It's June or July,
I think it's June 1st.
something like that. Yeah.
So
Yeah, in about a month, we might have no directors as well. So yeah,
Mhm.
Hollywood, if you need a good director, get your poop in gear and start writing checks. You ain't gonna have one in a month.
yeah, my understanding is that they're not as worried about that. Apparently, for months now, the people have known the writer's strike was going to happen, but there seems to be a little bit more confidence in the directors. They're not asking for as much, apparently. So apparently, there's reasonably good. I think actually the negotiations opens June 1st, so they're not even going to start talking till June 1st, and then they've got a little while. But apparently that's reasonably. Sorry, Ace Lee says Kevin Smith. Do you think Kevin Smith's going to be the director? I love Kevin Smith. Kevin Smith is amazing. I want Kevin Smith 20 years ago, maybe. But then all anybody would ever do is talk to each other, and they wouldn't do anything else. And I love
He'd be
Kevin
a great guest director on an episode of Stargate or something, but not.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah, it'd be brilliant just to come in for a silly, jokey, one of the comedy
It's a
episodes.
fun episode,
Yeah, like the one I can never remember the name of it. My favorite one of that type is when O'Neill and Teal'c were stuck in that loop and just started messing around in the base. Yeah. In my backswing.
Exactly, that'd be amazing. But no, not as a showrunner, definitely not as a movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, but I can see where you're coming from with that. No. As I say, the person I know they've semi-approached, big sci-fi actor, big sci-fi. Oh, I said too much then. Damn it!
There's a
sci-fi
lot of
director.
big sci-fi actors out there. It's okay.
But anyway, but he was like, so he said, oh, maybe. But I think that's positive.
Maybe.
The other thing is, I say them saying that the actor, the 2 or 3 people I've spoken to now that are quite close to it have said the writer's strike isn't going to affect anything with Stargate. They knew this was going to happen.
Cool.
They're not worried. It was all part of the plan.
Okay.
Oh, generalization. Yeah, all the guilds are up this year. It goes writers, then directors, then producers? No.
Yeah, there's not going to be any problem with producers. Though.
No.
Yeah.
And directors half the time are producers as well, which is probably why they're going to be okay with most things. But when it comes to actors and maybe crew, like the IATSE strike a couple years ago, all like the crew members for production, they might strike. It's going to be all the little fish. It feels like more so than the executives, you know.
Yeah.
The writers though are kind of stuffing away because they can. I honestly don't think, we talked about this last week, I honestly don't think the producers mind the writers going on strike a bit. They can squeeze the deal a bit more and they can hopefully negotiate. But they can carry on filming stuff when the writers go on strike, at least for a bit. If this lasts for months, it's not the end of the world.
Well,
if you go on strike, Hollywood stops.
Yeah. Well, like even with the writer's strike going on right now, I believe both Warner Brothers and Disney are the two that were like, okay, we're immediately doing this. They sent letters out that said, hey, you might not be writing, but you still have, if you're on payroll like you still want to be, and your payroll is going to keep getting larger according to the writer's strike and all that, you're going to have to work outside of your writing duties because it's part of their contract that they have things to do outside of writing duties. So they're still at the studio working when they're not picket fence line, you know. It's kind of interesting on a lot of levels. I don't know entirely what to think about it from either side. There's good points on both sides, I think.
Yeah. Well, I spoke to a writer that I do know that has worked on a couple of franchises we might be discussing today. So, but anyway, he says to me, because most writers, they're still writing, they're still doing stuff.
It's what they love to do.
Because they'll then get paid when the writer's strike's done. They'll get paid for stuff they give in, and it says because you'll be amazed how many writers all of a sudden have like 30 scripts that they've just magically appeared. And look at all this work I've done in the last week since the strike ended. Honest, and so a lot of writers are still working. They just can't give it in.
Yeah,
sort of thing. So it's like doing your homework but not giving it to the teacher.
But it allows them to have like a little bit of a repertoire to toss out when they're ready, which is kind of nice.
It lasted 90 days, Gary. It lasted about 3 months. So yeah,
it felt like a year. Kidding, I don't know.
Yeah.
I was too young.
Yeah,
I think Bob's accurate on that one. Yeah,
100 days ish, wasn't it? Yeah. Amen. But anyway,
I would highlight Bob's.
I'm not highlighting when he says bend over. Is there another one he said? Because I'm
No,
not highlighting
that's
that
the one I'm talking about. That's one.
Yeah, but 100 days ish.
Well, cheers, you, Bob.
So anyway, is there anything else you want to throw in there? I think those are good positive things, but the one thing I would say is that I've spoken to a few people. There's loads of rumors knocking around about actors. I'm going to do a video on that next week. A couple of them you'd be quite excited by. But the one guy I did speak to, he says, look, there's loads of rumors going around because loads of people are trying to get this start. Everyone expects Stargate to get announced. It's going to be the next big franchise that nobody's attached to already, sort of thing. So everyone, agents and everything are trying to get their guy in for this now. So there's loads of rumors going around. So we've got to be really careful what we listen to, what we don't. I put this down to like football rooms. As you guys know, I'm a big Man United fan. I love my football. Sometimes an agent will go, "Oh, we've got this player, and he's Man United are interested, and Man United are not bloody interested, but they're trying to get a contract for something else, or they're trying to get him on a job somewhere." So we're going to get loads and loads and loads of rumors knocking around because people are trying to push their guy forward. But he says, but actual real stuff coming from MGM, it's gone very quiet. And this is an MGM of being okay. And like this directors thing, I have to be really careful what I say about that because I was told very clearly that they were verbally aggressive. They said that this must not get leaked. And that's what I'm saying. There was very, and they said basically that's approaching this director and we'd love to talk to him. And obviously the agents, they go, what do you want to talk to him about? And apparently it took 3 or 4 attempts to get anything out of him at all. They did not want to tell him what it was about. They just kept saying, we just want to talk to him about, and they said, no, and look, I'm his agent. I want to know what you want to talk to him about, sort of thing. And eventually they said, yes, it's about potentially a project at MGM. And then eventually they said, yes, okay, it's a sci-fi project at MGM. Okay, fine, it's Stargate.
Surprise.
But so I think the leaks will. We've had loads and loads of leaks that we've really been lucky enough to get through this channel. I don't think we'll be getting so many in the next couple of months, but we'll see. Or we'll get stuff but I'm being really, really careful. Anyway.
Well, at least for me, it seems like when they clamp down like that, that's a good sign.
Yeah,
they're actually doing things they don't want people to know about, which means they're doing things that, well, hopefully we're going to like, but it means they're doing things. Like doing something. Things.
We were always told this 18 months ago when I first started this channel. I was told that there would be a route to this. There were certain things you watch for. The first thing was starting seeing articles in magazines on, Screen Rant and all this sort of thing about all this, just randomly talking about Stargate for no reason. And it would be like, oh, do you remember that Stargate show? And that would start. And then we'd start getting articles that were more focused. The anniversary came and went. We had a lot of stuff on that. And we had that article on Deadline about a month ago now. And then he said just before an announcement, everything would go dead quiet. And that seems to be where we're heading into at the moment, is the dead quiet phase. So it's panned out just as he told me it would, basically. So, okay. So, unless there's anything else, Fantasy CEO?
Yeah.
Cool. Right. So, in the Fantasy CEO game we've invented, we are taking a streaming service each. Amazon Prime. Aaron, you are burping. Thank you. You want to play a game? Okay, baby. I want to play a game. Aaron, you are.
I am Netflix.
You are playing as Netflix today, and Harris, you are playing as the evil.
I'm repping the blue. Disney Plus. Or Disney
Plus. So in this game, you have obviously throwing honorable mentions wherever you like, but you have to pick one TV show that is currently running that you want to cancel. You have to, renew first. So one TV show that is currently running that you want to renew. So you want more of it. Damn it. You are going to cancel a television series that is currently running. You are going to steal a television show from another network, but you have to say why you think it deserves to be on yours. Why you'll treat it better. And you can bring back one big project from the past. Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power. I wonder how he means. I
watched it yesterday.
You did indeed. So
Yeah.
I will start if that's okay, gentlemen.
Yeah,
And
go
I
for
will
it.
throw in my renew first.
Okay.
Obviously, I don't have as much original material as you guys to choose from. Prime tends to buy lots of things from other places, but there are two shows that really, at the moment, that Amazon Prime are running that I really, really adore and really want more of. The first season of Jack Reacher, or just Reacher, sorry, I thought was just a triumph from beginning to end. Every episode was focused. It was absolutely on the ball. The adaptation from one of the books I just thought was absolutely spot on. But that's not what I've picked because it's actually getting a second season. I think it's actually certain going to be getting a third season after that. Citadel is a new TV series that's just been released, created by the Russo brothers. It stars Richard Madden, Stanley Tucci, and Priyanka Jonas. I've only seen the first couple of episodes. It's very high concept. It's almost sci-fi in the way it's been made, but it's about spies and it's about like lots of intrigue. I really, really would love this show to get a second season. I hope they do it very quickly, but I don't think they will get a second season, or maybe they'll get a second season, but that'll be it. For two reasons. This show must cost a bloody fortune to make. I mean, this must be really, really expensive. It's going to have to get a lot of views for to be loved. But also, I suspect Richard Madden is going to be the next James Bond. And in that case, the Citadel will not get a second season. But if I was in charge, and for day I am, the Citadel would be renewed immediately for a second season because it's bloody brilliant. Very, very good. And as I say, almost sci-fi in nature. So, again, we allow it. So, Netflix. Aaron, sir, which show would you like to renew?
I would like them to continue The Last Kingdom.
The Last Kingdom.
Yes, The Last Kingdom. I know. I think they basically just finished it off with a movie. The like Seven Kings Must Die or something like that. However, that technically is just the end of the story of Wessex finally just barely starting to bring England together. They could easily continue that and just call it like, The Last Kingdom, England Rises or something like that. Because you know how much history you've got on that island, and they're not even in they haven't even hit the first millennium yet in that show. It's still the years are still 3 digits. They got a lot they could cover, and I think they could do really well with it. So I would keep The Last Kingdom going.
Yeah, history is where it comes from here. Actually, all of your history, it comes from here.
What?
You bits? Yeah, we just lend you bits.
What?
Yeah, we
36% Norse. It's elsewhere too.
Oh, our history didn't start till 1776, bro. What do you
exactly?
Right.
Yeah, we'll just ignore all the history that came before that. But
I'm for the charity. I got all this back here.
There's a joke over here that when they were planning to build Euro Disney, that they realized about halfway through that they were going to have to build the castle a load bigger because we've got them here. It's like, so we can go to this fiberglass castle and go, this is crap.
I mean,
the castle around the corner from my house is better than this. So they built it bigger than they were planning. I love, if it's true, I love that story. But
it makes sense though. You wouldn't think of it. Disney.
Right.
So that's the show I would continue on with.
Netflix is going to get a new series of The Last Kingdom. Fantastic. Yes. You know what? I've never watched it.
Oh, dude, it's good.
So should I? Okay. Yeah, I'll give it a go. I
haven't ever seen it either, but I've literally had 2 people tell me this week to watch it. One was like, that movie was so good, and was freaking out about the movie. And I was like, huh?
You got 5 seasons to show before the movie. I mean,
that's not bad, is it? I've seen it. Looking around. I know it's quite violent, or whatever, isn't it? It's probably like hardcore. So I'll give it a go.
Yeah, it's you wouldn't want your 7-year-old watching it. I'll tell you that. It's graphic in multiple ways.
So I've got like a 4-year-old. Can I?
No. Or 4-year-old. Whatever. You're young. Your non-2-digit age child should not watch that show.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
The lady I mentioned, Priyanka, I'm probably saying it wrong. Jonas is married to a Jonas brother. I wondered where she comes from. I just liked it.
Her name is Priyanka Chopra, but it's Priyanka Chopra Jonas now.
Oh, I just dropped the Chopra out because I didn't know she was Jonas' sister. So, which probably is sister. Anyway. Right, so cool. So Disney Plus, then, sir. Good luck with this. What show do you think on Disney Plus, the most loved of all of the streaming services, and
of course, You made my job so easy. Thank you.
I just knew you'd like it. So, what show currently running would you like to renew?
Technically, it's a mini series, but we've all thought they were going to renew it for season 2, and they haven't yet.
But you're
As much as the first one is iffy at times, there was definite greatness within the show. Nonetheless, I would renew Book of Boba Fett for season 2.
Okay, sell that to us. The Book of Boba Fett episodes.
Do it the way people thought it was going to be done in season 1.
Okay, that I'd be done with.
That's it. That's like literally everything's still there to be awesome and great. And now we have even more ingredients for it to be awesome and great. It's just I wish those ingredients hadn't slow baked as much as they had. They were slow cooking.
Yeah. So okay, but you're gonna have to sell this one to us, mate, because we obviously have some issues with the show.
Well, it fits perfectly into Ahsoka and Mando and the whole Mando verse going on, so that's not too difficult. It's already a corner of that. It's being a cornerstone. It needs to amp itself up a little bit because that's not the strongest cornerstone to be sitting on, But they've got a Rancor, they've got Mandalorians, they've got Fennec Shand. Kill off the Vespa squad, but do it in a really cool fashion or something over the season. I don't know, or make them cool, one or the other. There's options. But it can be doable, and it interweaves within Ahsoka. You can really put a lot of that Rangers and the New Republic stuff in Book of Boba Fett if you want to. But it allows for Star Wars to be live-action, gritty, dark underworld. But we just have to see it instead of being Papa Boba Fett. We need gangster, criminal, Godfather Boba Fett. And if we get back to that, life's good, baby. Life's good.
Can I suggest an alternative? As an outsider, I own my own.
Bezos.
I own my own massive streaming service now, so it's like professionals talking to each other, sort of thing. How about the Book of Fennec Shand instead?
Well, that would be a whole different thing. We're talking about renewing a certain thing that's already been done. I'm sticking within the stipulations. But
the best bits of the Book of Boba Fett were the bits when he wasn't in it. So I would just say, well, call it the Book of Boba Fett, but just don't have him in it. Or just have him in the background and
so
the Book of Ming-Na Wen instead.
We renew Book of Boba Fett, but the next chapter we call it the chapter of Shand or the chapter of Fennec or something like that.
Okay,
we just focus on that.
Hey, look, I enjoyed Boba Fett on the whole. I thought it was all right. So yeah, okay, we're getting more Boba Fett.
Woo!
As long as they write it correctly, that's cool.
Yeah,
that's pretty much what it comes down to.
Well, so, guys, get into the comments now, and for the next couple of minutes while we start doing the next bit, which of the 3 shows that we are going to renew would you actually renew? And Kerry, who is watching at the moment, who is going to judge today, can decide. So, and she doesn't know that. I've not told her, but Kerry, I'm putting you on the spot. You need
Kerry's
to
the chat master now.
Exactly. So which of the shows that we're going to do are we actually going to renew? And I'm going to play a quick trailer, and then we're going to go into which show we're going to cancel.
9chevrons.com. 9chevrons.com is your dedicated source for Stargate news, which will aim to complement this YouTube channel with news that we have from our contacts at MGM and Amazon, breaking news about a new potential Stargate series, as well as providing reviews and any potential updates to news stories that we break. Check out some of the news articles that we have already at 9chevrons.com.
I was just cracking up the second that happened because you were like, what show we want to cancel? 9chevrons.com. Just imagine.
And with that, Jay closes his own website.
Exactly. And before we even start. So, Kerry, in a minute, I need an answer from you, Kerry. Citadel, Last Kingdom, or Book of Boba Fett? Which show are we actually keeping? So, cancel. I have a very easy job as far as I'm concerned, and a little bit of a theme that I'm having another spy TV series that I'm going to cancel because I watched 2 seasons of this crap. It's boring. It never very rarely goes anywhere. I was really, really looking forward to it when it came out because I loved the movies and I've loved most of the books. So, and I actually really like the actor that plays the lead character. it's not that it's badly done. It's boring. The Jack Ryan TV series. Just get rid of it. We're getting the third season's going to be out soon. They've already greenlit a fourth season. Well, until today when I took over, and I immediately cancelled it. It's boring, and for me, that's like the worst crime of any show. And
That's the Krasinski one, huh?
Yeah.
Yes.
So John Krasinski, you better be getting the part on Fantastic Four. You're not, but you better be getting it because you're out of job now, mate. Because I'm sacking you. No, there will be no season 4 of Jack Ryan if I have anything to do with it. Which for today I do. So, and that's basically what it comes down to. It's just crap. Kerry wasn't listening. Look at that, Jay. What are the options you boys said? Somebody wasn't listening. Citadel. There we go. Book of Boba Fett.
Yeah, no, I don't know if you're kind of cheating a little bit there, Jay, because I think Mojal just commented. I'm pretty sure Jack Ryan is going to be its final season already. So you're canceling something that's already happening.
The next season is season 3. So season 4 was announced about a month
And that'll be
ago.
the final? Okay.
Not necessarily.
Oh.
So at the moment, like I say, there was rumors that it was going to be cancelled after season 3. And then they announced season 4. So no. Yeah, I win.
I know, Gary.
It is a good show. Anyway, so
Haven't
yeah,
you ever heard of
cancelling,
Bear's luck, Carrie? Help me out here.
yeah. But even if there were rumors or even if there's a thing about it being cancelled, it's definitely getting cancelled. So we're not arguing about it anymore. It's going. I hate it.
Cool.
The only other thing is I was thinking about the cartoon of The Boys. Don't like that either. So I would cancel that. Don't like it. So I tried to watch it. Didn't like it. So that might go as well. Just because I'm feeling mean now. So
All right, Jaslov.
So right. So how about Netflix? What are we canceling?
Oh, this one, like you, I found this one quite easy. Witcher is done. I'm not even letting Liam Helmsworth on my show. As soon as the last episode of season 3 is gone with Cavill, so is that show. Just done. I mean, and Cavill left. What more do I need to say? The show's done.
Yeah.
Yep. Season
4, no chance.
Yeah.
Jack Ryan, by the way, I'm cancelling season 4. So even if that show has been done, it's not happening. So there we go. I've got around the rules myself. Sorry, I've just decided we're not making season 4. So even if I'm wrong about it being cancelled, anyway. So yeah, which in season 4, mate, I'm with you on that. I think that's strong. I cannot see how that series is going to work.
I mean, as soon as I went back over the list that you put up, that was like cancel. Oh, Witcher, done. Move on to the next one. No, I didn't even need to think. Like straight up, I didn't even think about it. I'm like, cancel. I got Netflix up. Witcher.
Yep. And the Blood Seas series for me, I forget what it's called. I did watch it. Michelle Yeoh.
Oh, the origin, whatever.
To be honest, as soon as I watched that, I'm like, this franchise is dead. This is dead. Henry Cavill is going to put the last nail in it, and
It's
after
got
that,
13% audience rating. Like, and I don't know what the Rotten Tomatoes is, but I know it's not any prettier.
to be honest, I'm wondering who those 13% of people that were watching that crap enjoyed it. I think that's just like
13% people enjoyed it. What's wrong with society?
It's awful.
We don't have time for that, dude.
No, we don't.
And even the
And
three of
next
us probably
week
would agree
on-
on all of it anyway. So
Next week on Sidetrack, what's wrong with you people?
Society, get it together.
But man, dude, that's a strong shout. Harris, can you go up against that?
Well, I don't know about that. I'm following suit, and I'm gonna let the next season air, and then it's done. Because we talked about it a little yesterday. I just wasn't a fan of it. I'm canceling Loki after season 2. I think it's BS sci-fi. I don't think it's real sci-fi. I don't think it tries to be, and it doesn't even take concepts and does them right. It had a good first episode, a decent 7th episode, and a good 8th episode. And the only reason the 8th episode was good was because Jonathan Majors was king and was excellent in that moment. But now that with that on the fritz, there's no reason to keep this show around. Recast Kang and do something entirely different, and yeah, put Loki back in the movies. Don't relegate Tom Hiddleston to the frickin' TV shows. I love TV. I'm a big TV guy, but Tom Hiddleston needs to be on the big screen, not the little screen. That's it.
The show is so cheap to make. I mean, it's so cost effective. You may as well almost just make it, really. Because no,
it's not that cost effective. It's
most expensive
straight
TV show
CG.
ever made. It's in the top 10 most expensive TV shows.
I was
ever
about to
made.
say it's straight CG. It's expensive as all get out. Like
Really expensive. I think it's like 4th or something in the top 10 list, something like that.
And just on that same list, like put Loki next to Rings of Power. I would watch Rings of Power over that any day of the week, just because of the way. And obviously, that's just another expensive show, but neither one are like, oh yeah, that's Game of Thrones level, or that's the Expanse level, or anything like that. That's the Last Kingdom level, because I know people went to the Last Kingdom after Game of Thrones, and stuff like that, you know. But neither one of those hit that mark, and they're just expensive for the sake of being expensive. That's it.
Just quickly go through this. Rings of Power is obviously number 1. Stranger Things is obviously number 2. MCU 25 Marvel series. It just says Marvel series.
Would House of the Dragon be up there yet, or no?
Yeah. Oh, I think that must be Loki. It just says Marvel series for some reason. But yeah, I think that's Loki. So it's the 3rd most expensive show ever made. The Pacific, House of the Dragon's 5th. Game of Thrones was 6th. The Mandalorian was 7th. C was 8th. The Morning Show, but that's just paying for Jennifer Aniston and Reese Witherspoon. And then ER comes in at 10th.
Really? ER was expensive to make?
$13 million an episode towards the end. But yeah, I'm with you on that. Right, answers tied. No, I'm overruling you, Kerry. I'm sorry. The Witcher has to die.
Well, no, you saw what she said. You put Carrie in charge, and you read 2 chats after that real quick.
She's wrong. Kerry, we love you very, very much, and we'll look forward to having you on the show at one point. But it's
been pushed back a month now.
But as the supreme leader of Sidetrack, I have to step in and say, I'm sorry. Aaron was bang on. It has to die. It has to die. And it has to die quickly. So I support you in your decision. Harris, don't get me wrong. No, actually, do get me wrong. I quite like Loki. So I'm overruling Kerry.
Well, that's another discussion for another day.
We love Kerry very much. But right, so steal. We get to steal it. Right, the next one, though, Kerry, I'll let you have. Okay, you can have the next one. I promise I will not overrule you.
I've already won this round. Y'all go ahead. I'm
stealing Star Trek.
Of course.
Well, I'm actually going to. Okay, Kerry. Fine. I'm a little bit scared of you, so that's fine. We will kill Loki and The Witcher. There you go. We'll kill them both.
Hey, one big swing. We'll call Zaslav for an assist. You know, just
one big broadsword swing. Lob the heads off both.
Axe swing, though. You got to go axe with Zaslav.
So, Star Trek. Right. Paramount are in massive financial problems. I mean, massive. Massive. And so many financial problems that I'm pretty sure I now own Paramount. And I did it by accident. I bought a subscription. They said, can I have the company? And I just went, oh, okay. Oh, shit. I now own Paramount. That's much debt they're in. So I am going to steal Star Trek. I don't want the Star Trek, though, that they're planning. So I don't want Star Trek Academy 90210. Don't want it. I'll have Strange New Worlds and I'll have Legacy because that's a new show. But I'm bending the rules here because I want it. And I want Lower Decks. So I am stealing Star Trek. The main reason, Paramount cannot afford to do it justice. And over here at Amazon, I can. So my reason for stealing it is it's awesome, but it needs investment and Paramount can't do it. So Star Trek. And it's not completely logical because I've already half stolen it anyway, because Paramount have been, we've co-funded the last 3 seasons of Picard. So we win. So I'm having Star Trek. Thank you very much. Netflix. Oh, by the way, because I'm the judge of this again, I'm having Star Trek. I've already put a tick next to it. So you can just speak now for the next couple of minutes. I'm not listening. But anyway, Aaron, what are you stealing, sir?
Well, I'm actually going to free you up some money, and I'm going to bring Rings of Power on over to Netflix.
Ooh, interesting.
You want to destroy Netflix? Are you trying to?
No. If I'm running Rings of Power, I'm going to do it better.
Okay.
But that's the question. Are you running Rings of Power, or are you just executiving it and putting it over? Is it still the same people?
No, it's going to be people I hire.
Okay.
Like my first phone call is going to be to Peter Jackson. Like, bruh, I know Amazon's a bunch of pricks, but
come on.
I want to do it right, and in order for me to do it right, I need you. So, come on down, man. Help
PJ. Come on, PJ.
And then from there, we'll move on. And with like good script writers, eliminate some of the fluff, which will help me afford good stuff. So, yeah, it's just a basic a behind the scene. Buy it, overhaul it behind the scenes, and then put it out better. Done.
Also, then you'd have the opportunity potentially to do a deal with. Is it Warner Brothers? It's Warner Brothers, isn't it?
Yep.
Yes.
Do something with Warner Brothers and tie Rings of Power into the new movies they're planning.
Yep.
Which would be nice.
Warner Brothers and Amazon potentially could do that as well. They've got a reasonably good working relationship, but that's what I'd do.
Yeah. I'd take Rings of Power and just redo the behind the scenes people.
Okay.
I mean, if the actor, unless they were just actual, because I haven't watched it yet. No, I'll be honest about that. But unless they have actual bad actors, all the actors are doing is dealing with the writing they're given anyway. So,
yeah, the actors are all fine, honestly.
So
just broadsword all the producers and the thing. We're just Witcher in this.
Yep, exactly. I'll bring Peter Jackson. I'll bring Peter Jackson in. I'll give him an orc costume or a Uruk-hai costume and let him go to town.
That's all. Just the only thing the world needs. Society would be right then. The world would be righted.
Yep,
completely.
I gotta say, strong again. Strong. I'm saving Star Trek, but you're saving Rings of Power. You're saving Tolkien. I can feel Stormy at the moment going, do that. From all the way over. It's strong. Strong. So, Harris, what are you going to steal and why?
Let's see if I can just blow your socks off real quick, because this is the best thing that Disney money could ever be allocated to. Hey, you know what? Netflix screwed this up so monumentally by making such an amazing show and doing absolutely nothing with it, canceling it while it was winning Emmys for them. I'm stealing the Dark Crystal Age of Resistance and putting it on Netflix and letting Lucasfilm and Jim Henson work their magic just like they should have been doing from the beginning. And we're going to get the best damn show ever, because that was a perfect season of television. And I don't know what any Netflix executive was ever thinking canceling it. And we're going ham, baby. That's all I'm saying.
Do you know this is I've got a genius idea as well. All those people on Willow have just been sacked. So
Yep.
You could get them to do it.
But we're hiring the Dark Crystal team that we had before, because the Willow
better team than that lot.
We'll let Lucasfilm and Henson Company work together again, but there are going to be some stipulations.
I got to say, the Dark Crystal done better would be good.
I'm still pissed at Netflix for that one.
You guys are being okay, Kerry. We're going to need an answer, my darling. But I think I'm out.
Sorry, Star Trek.
Yeah, let's just cancel Star Trek. I think they'll continue to spend money on it. Paramount will continue to spend money on this crap.
Darth Disney and Dark Crystal is back at it.
I think though that honestly, guys, both you guys have had really, really strong thoughts on that. I think more people would be made happy by Rings of Power, but I would love to see Dark Crystal done right.
it was just done so well, and I'm still pissed at them canceling it. It's just, come on,
idiots. Right, so we have another quick thing to run, and then we're going into our last one. The show that was cancelled, that you want to bring back, that you want to resurrect. We haven't got MGM now. Can I say Stargate now, or should I actually come up with something properly? No, I'll come up with something properly. But we'll be back in 1 sec.
SciTrek also has some amazing merch. Get yours today and show your support at sci-trek.com.
Right, so Matt did bother doing those videos, and I actually thought, you know what, I should probably use them.
let's use.
He spent ages making them. He's not here. So
Little did you know, in the process of you using them, you canceled 9 chevrons. It's just,
I know, I did that by mistake, but never mind. And I've just spent an hour writing a story for it. So, what a waste of
so
time.
your revive is now being used on 9 chevrons instead of Stargate, or what? Or what?
It's going to have to be.
Okay.
So for me, as the new owner of Amazon, Jeff, at my seat, I only had one choice, didn't I? And now I'm going to use my telepathic abilities, and I'm not even going to say what it is. Just everybody in the comments, what do you think Amazon show I am going to bring back that's been cancelled recently? Aaron, any ideas?
Oh crap! Expanse.
What a stupid idea. Harris, any ideas?
The Farscape?
No, because that's not owned on Amazon, you idiot. What?
Yeah, I don't know. I just saw it in the comments. I went with I could think of.
Of course, it's the Expanse. Why
course.
would you do this? Amazon still own the Expanse. They still have the current distribution rights. It is already owned by a different company called Amcron, who actually own the IP. But Amazon, for the next 12 months or so, own the distribution rights. We could bring this back if we wanted to. And now I'm in charge. We're going to. So it will not be an immediate series. We will not go into book 7. Instead, we're going to do some bridging series based on different. We're going to explore other parts of the galaxy, and then we're going to go into book 7 in a couple of seasons. It's all going to be very exciting. And yeah, the Expanse is back, baby, because I'm in charge. It's a no-brainer. I did think about like The Man in the Iron Castle and a couple of other shows that have been cancelled over the years with Amazon, but to be honest, the Expanse is the one that needs to come back. And if I don't do it, somebody else will. It's got to be the Expanse. Aaron, how about yourself, sir? Who do you want to bring back?
Well, thanks to Thunder Stealer over here, my revive was Dark Crystal Age of Resistance. I was going to bring that back until this guy stole it.
It technically still works.
Yeah, but yeah, no, I would totally bring Dark Crystal Age of Resistance back. I mean, it had an 89% critic score on Rotten Tomatoes, a 94% audience score. Why in the hell are you canceling a season with a show with those numbers? Not to mention the fact that like you got our generation going, "Ooh, Dark Crystal," and then those of us who have kids or whatever, grandkids, we can lock them in for them too. I mean, come on, bro. What is wrong with you? So yeah, I'm bringing Dark Crystal Age of Resistance yesterday. Huh?
Yeah, it was all puppets though. It was just it's like so 1990.
Yes,
it's like computer generated some stuff, man. It's like no,
that man.
It was so much better because it wasn't.
Like honestly, if I was a movie maker, I would still use as much practical effects as I could and only use CGI where I absolutely had to.
100%.
But that's just me. But yeah,
CGI is so much cheaper. Is the problem?
Yeah, I know.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
But
I'm sure I've told this story before, but you know that Preacher series, Seth
The Seth Rogen, the AMC one.
Seth Rogen did AMC, yeah, brilliant. First season, brilliant. Second season, third season. But the opening sequence though is this like rocket, and it's supposed to look like 1950s. It's supposed to look like it's on a wire with like fireworks coming out the back. And Seth wanted to do an actual he wanted to do that with do it real, do it with actual proper things. They said it was going to cost $50,000 to do, and it was much, much cheaper to do it with CGI. So they went, well, we'll do it with CGI then. So that's the thing. Practical effects are generally always better, but CGI is much, much cheaper. Which is weird. It shouldn't be, but it is. But then also you think about the John Wick series of movies. First John Wick series movie, no CGI. The last one, much CGI, and which is better.
Yeah, I haven't seen that yet. So
the first one's a brilliant movie. The fourth one is not so much.
That's
really
the one
you didn't like it as much.
It's nothing like as good as the first one.
I've seen the first.
No, just because a lot of people say it's their favorite. I'm not. It's probably the second one I might not like as much as this one, but it's one of those two that I love them all, but it's 2 or 4 that's like tied for third place.
It's better than the third one. The fourth one is better than the third one.
Really, I love the third one. I think the third one is excellent.
I think it's much better than the second one, but nothing touches the first. The first one was just
the first one's gold.
It's like the first Taken or something like that. It was such a surprise hit as well. It was just simplistically brilliant. You know, it's just like they've overcomplicated and got to a point in the fourth one where, and don't get me wrong, I love bits of the fourth one. I'll quite happily watch it again. But the whole Arc to Triumph bit, I'm just like, this is fucking stupid. What the hell is going on here? And the French can't drive that well. This is ridiculous. How because no one stopped? I know the French are rude, but no one's stopping to ask what's going on. Nobody.
No one. Yeah, that as bullets were flying.
Yeah, they're all just driving around, going, "Oh, bloody Americans!" They're smoking tiny little cigarettes and with onions around their necks. It's like it's just stupid. And then at one point, he has to walk up a flight of stairs, and it takes 4 weeks. I was older by the time I went to the toilet twice. I know I'm old. I have to go to the toilet. I went to the toilet twice, and he was still falling down the bloody stairs by the time I got back. It was stupid.
Well, not to mention he had to fall back down the stairs and walk back up like twice.
Yeah. And I can walk with my broken knees. I can walk upstairs quicker than he could.
It's just start crawling.
Yeah, and I love Keanu Reeves. He's fucking ace. But no. Compared to the first one, it's just this was a rant about CGI, and it just became a massive rant about this movie. The point is the CGI in it. I think if you're doing a fight movie like that, if you can't do it for real, don't do it. Just don't do it. I have the same argument for the Fast and the Furious films. The first one, no CGI, is a much better movie in lots of ways than all the others that came after. Just if you can't do it in real life, don't do it. Don't use a bloody CGI. It looks like I'm playing on my mat at home with my little toy cars going around corners and shit. No, it's stupid. Anyway, sorry. What did you say, Aaron?
I'm bringing back Dark Crystal Age of Resistance. Yes.
Okay, cool. Bring back Dark Crystal. Fantastic.
Because it never should have been gone.
Damn right.
Disney, what are you bringing back?
All right. Well, this is where Disney Plus does not help out because it is a newer streaming service and it also does not have many originals. And most of the originals are not things that general audiences are typically into. I don't think I'm reviving the Mighty Ducks or anything like that anytime soon, as much as I do like the original movie. What, did you watch the show?
Yes.
You did? Oh, well, I was really expecting that to be a no. Well, damn. Damn.
I haven't watched the second series with that Donnell guy in it. I just watched the first series with Emilio Estevez.
Oh, wow. Emilio always, but I don't even know they had another season. So yeah, Disney Plus doesn't have too many options on this one. So once again,
all right.
The what?
You know they own Fox, though, right?
Yeah, but they haven't done like. If I went back, because I'm doing this just off of Disney Plus originals, and I guess I could have done Hulu, but we're doing Disney, not a Hulu. So I'm just doing that. I'm not doing like Disney. If I was just doing Disney TV shows, I would have a whole different conversation because I'd be talking like some Lilo and Stitch or something because that's just that makes my heart happy.
You've stepped within the spirit of the rules. You're sticking to it.
Exactly.
So what did you go for?
National Treasure. It was not a good show at all.
Fucking idiot. He'll be telling us next that the best sci-fi show ever made was what's the best sci-fi show ever made, Harris?
Futurama! Always and forever. But National Treasure was awful. That first season. The worst ever.
I did watch the
What?
first 2 episodes mainly because I'm in love with Michael Douglas's wife.
Yeah,
Catherine
Catherine Zeta-Jones. Every time she was on that screen, I was just like, "Why isn't the show about her?" And all the main like, I don't like talking bad on actors. Like, okay, it might have just been a bad day at work, but damn, that was a bad series at work because all four of those actors, the young actors, are not actors. That they should have just been on like a reality TV show. That was there was no emotion ever coming from any of them. I don't think any of them have ever taken acting classes, and I mean. Like I said, I don't want to poo-poo on a bunch of actors, but that show makes me want to poo-poo on a bunch of actors because, but in the spirit of Book of Boba Fett had some light in the dark, and if you draw upon the light, you could keep moving on with it. Yeah, you could just bring back. Well, you can't bring back Catherine Zeta-Jones, but you could do some stuff along the lines of that. Just bring back real National Treasure people. That's it. But it's I'm with Carrie.
I have to ask. I just ask just quickly. Obviously, owning Disney Plus and Disney Now shows that from the Fox era, etc. Right. So you could have said something like the X-Files.
Yes. No. I would have had to think on it a lot more differently if I did that.
Bringing back Daredevil, you could have brought back Jessica Jones or the Punisher, but you're bringing back National Treasure.
I was within a certain set of stipulations.
You have allowed to think out of the box a little bit, though, Harris.
Well, okay. Well, then I'm bringing back Lilo and Stitch, so they don't do the live action animation or live action stuff. I want my childhood.
Better answer than bloody Book of.
My childhood would be safe, so it's a much better answer.
Yeah, Lilo and Stitch. I'm going to write Lilo. I'm not writing the National Treasure down. I'm writing Lilo and Stitch down. But okay, I won anyway because Kerry has spoken. Kerry about 20 minutes ago got bored of listening to you and just wrote.
She's like, stop this National Treasure bullshit.
Daredevil is already coming back, as I said. We're getting Daredevil back next year, so you could have brought back Jessica Jones or the Punisher, but the Punisher's going to be in.
But who's to say they're not going to be there already?
Yeah.
They're already tossing Punisher there.
Yeah, Punisher's
he's confirmed.
Mm-hmm. I just wouldn't be surprised if they did toss like a Jessica Jones in there. Maybe a Luke Cage.
Well, they were trying to get her. They still haven't officially not gotten her yet.
Like Christian Ritter.
Now, they wanted her, from what I understand, Bernthal's getting a lot of the Punisher's getting a lot of the screen time they wanted for Jessica Jones in the first place, but what's her fuzz had some scheduling issues. So they kind of switched the co-star. They switched the other, the co-starness from her to him for the show, but she's not completely out of it. She just won't be. She could still be in it easily. She just won't be a significant part of it the way they were originally going to do it.
Okay.
For me, that works. That to be honest, you bring back. You have the series Punisher, folks. You can't have too many characters because the Defenders again, and then bring her into maybe towards the end of the first season, and then make the second season more about Jessica Jones and stuff. Because there's still so many questions we hadn't answered from Jessica Jones. I mean, I'd love to see that. But all they can do is I'd want to see the Daredevil from the Netflix version of Daredevil. I do not want to see Daredevil from bloody She-Hulk. I didn't.
Oh, yeah.
With that. Good luck with that.
No, I don't think you're going to. I don't think you'll see him a lot.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be, from what I understand, it's going to be a lot closer to the Netflix show than anything else from everything I've read so far.
Good.
How many fingers can I cross? I'm gonna I look like a Klingon or something.
It's not going to be a 12A. They have said this is going to be more in the violence, more the darker version of this.
I think it's supposed to be MA. I'm not 100% sure on that. But I think
let's hope so.
Being TVMA.
So let's have a quick recap, and I'll try to remember who won each one. So we are going to be renewing Citadel, Last Kingdom, and the Book of Boba Fett. Who won that one? I can't remember.
You did.
Yeah.
Citadel. Yay. So we're renewing the Citadel. We're cancelling Jack Ryan, The Witcher, and Loki, but we're definitely getting rid of The Witcher and Loki, 100%. Oh God, The Witcher just so disappointed. I'm stealing Star Trek. You're stealing the Ring of Power, Aaron, and that was genius, to be honest. And Disney is stealing the Dark Crystal, which is, to be honest, where it belongs. It should be on Disney. So I'm with you on that 100%. Bringing back, we are bringing back The Expanse, and hopefully Apple will. We're bringing back The Dark Crystal for Netflix, but we're all in agreement it should go to Disney. And we're bringing back Lilo and Stitch because Harris is an idiot. We love,
I gotta have fun somewhere.
who we love very, very much, but we're not bringing back National Treasure. So that show should never have been made in the first place. But anyway, no, definitely not in the way it was made. Anyway, it should have been made like a proper movie, but they made it like a bloody CW TV series. It was just shit.
I don't get why they used a bunch of kids and put Justin Bartha in one episode. Just if you want to do a B cast something, do Justin Bartha in the show. Just I don't get it.
Yeah, Kerry won that one. Kerry did win that one. Thank you, Kerry, very, very much. So,
Kelly.
Yeah. Guys, that's it. We're done. Oh, what about Warehouse 13? I don't know who owns it, but that was such a good show. I loved Warehouse 13. Bring that back. That's got to probably be Disney, innit? I don't know who ran it. I can't remember which channel it was on because it's a network, innit? It wasn't on a streaming service. It was on a network.
I know of it, but I never saw it.
I never watched it, but I'm trying to.
I'll give it a go, man. It's really good. Really good. Proper good sci-fi as well. No, thank you. Howard had the advantage, though. Howard had a disadvantage, though. I thought he had an advantage because you love him, Kerry. But it's a little bit.
Disney's the disadvantage. The double D there.
Thank you, Sarah. It was a sci-fi channel. You're right. I remember that now. Now somebody's told me. I remember that. But yeah, somebody should buy that and get that back.
Did the Sci-Fi Channel ever get bought out by like a larger studio or no?
No, it's still running, isn't it? Because
it is.
That arc. I did a video saying that arc, the Arc TV show, by the Stargate writers, was actually quite good. I watched the first episode and quite enjoyed it. I tried to look past the crap budget, and I thought this has got potential. I've watched up to about the 4th or 5th episode now. It hasn't.
Matt was going off on it the other day. That was cracking me up.
Oh yeah, that was hilarious.
Yes, he did, didn't he? He might do a video. He was so angry about it, so he might do a video. So
he probably recorded it right then.
I hope he did. But anyway, guys, so thank you so much for coming on and talking to us again today. It's been absolutely brilliant. And we had a fun little game there. Call it Warehouse 14 for the reboot. Why not? That's how it worked. It was one would implode and then you get the next one. But anyway, it's basically a magical warehouse with like all the aliens and stuff. Where it's a brilliant show. But anyway, guys, thank you again. As I say, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me, man.
You're always welcome. And Harris, again, because you're wearing the merch as well, mate. Love it. So available at sci-trek.com.
Always.
Except it hasn't got the Sci-Trek logo on it anymore. But anyway. So, guys, we will be back next week. Oh, no, we will not be back next week. Sorry, because I've promised the wife a weekend where I will not rush back. So we will not be live next week. I will try to get a video up on the Sunday, just talking, whatever. Or I'll do something with Stormy. I don't know. I'll figure something out. We'll be back the following week, and we will be doing a Stargate special video about what? I don't know yet. But something will happen. But we're doing a special Stargate. So it'll be Stargate Live in 2 weeks from today. So say bye-bye, everybody.
Yeah.
Bye, everybody.
See ya.
Have a good one. Thank you. Peace.